Why don't bagels make good tennis players? Because they're always serving up locks. Now let's dive into a tale that revolves around this humble breakfast item, the bagel. In a quiet corner of our world, a man found himself in a peculiar predicament. An innocent mistake led him to order 100 bagels instead of the intended 10 from his local bakery. Imagine his surprise when a mountain of doughy delights arrived at his doorstep. Panic set in, and he began to think out of the box, or should I say, out of the bagel bag. An attempt to donate the bagels to a local zoo was met with perplexed expressions. Undeterred, he transformed his quiet cul-de-sac into the stage for a spontaneous bagel party. And when that wasn't enough, he even toyed with the idea of starting a bagel-themed YouTube channel. So the next time you order bagels, make sure you don't accidentally add an extra zero. Why don't we ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Now, imagine a serene day in the park. You're taking a tranquil stroll, enjoying the chirping of the birds and the rustling of leaves in the wind. Suddenly you come across a bench, but it's not just any bench. This one's occupied by a life-sized statue of an elephant. Yes, you heard it right, an elephant. This is precisely what happened to a woman in our story today. She was out enjoying her daily walk when she stumbled upon this unusual sight. Now imagine her surprise when she initially mistook it for a real elephant. Yes, the statue was that realistic. She was not just surprised, she was flabbergasted. Her reaction was priceless, creating a scene that was nothing short of a comedy skit. But wait, the story gets even funnier. It turns out that the elephant statue was not just a random prank, it was part of a local artist's urban jungle project. The artist aimed to bring the wild to the city, creating an unexpected encounter for city dwellers, and well, it certainly worked in this case. The woman, once she got over her initial shock, ended up laughing at her own reaction. So, next time you're strolling in the park, watch out for any wild surprises. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Now let's dive into our next amusing tale of the year, a story that will make you double-check your computer settings before your next online call. Picture this. A man, let's call him John, is preparing for an important virtual business meeting. He's been rehearsing his presentation for a week, fine-tuning every last detail. His computer is ready, his notes are in hand, and he's all set to wow his colleagues. But unbeknownst to him, his young son had been using his computer earlier in the day. His son, a fan of all things silly, had set the virtual background to a loop of dancing bananas. So, as John begins his presentation, his colleagues are suddenly greeted with a hilarious spectacle. There's John looking very serious, delivering his well-rehearsed speech, while behind him, a bunch of bananas are having the time of their lives. His colleagues, taken aback initially, soon find it too entertaining to interrupt him. They sit back and enjoy the show, some even taking screenshots to remember the moment. John, oblivious to the hilarity behind him, continues to deliver his presentation with utmost dedication. It's only at the end of the meeting, when one of his colleagues finally breaks the news, that John realizes the blunder. A memorable workplace story is born, one that certainly lightens the mood in the days to come. And that, folks, is why you always double-check your virtual background before a meeting. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Now, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Remember the Great Bagel Incident? Who knew one could have too many bagels? Or was it not enough? I guess we'll never know. And let's not forget the unusual park bench encounter. I mean, who expects to sit down next to an elephant statue? Talk about the ultimate surprise. But the real standout, the pièce de résistance, has to be the accidental virtual background blunder. A dancing banana as a backdrop? That's one way to spice up a meeting. These tales have shown us that laughter is indeed the best medicine, and life's little surprises are the best comedians. So, as we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate the humor in our everyday lives. Remember, life is full of funny moments. You just have to know where to look. Keep laughing and keep spreading the joy.